There are some people that don't know how to say thank you. It is their weakest point. Hello everyone, good day and welcome once again to Victorious Living with Juliet. You're highly welcome to my channel and I'm so glad and super excited to welcome you back again to my gratitude series. To my returning subscribers, I want to say a big thank you for clicking this link again and for tuning into my channel. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Juliet Jessie and you are highly welcome to my gratitude series. So this video is a continuation of my gratitude series, and today we're going to be talking about gratitude practices. I say it again, gratitude practices. Now, the skills you will learn today will guarantee you a lifetime of happiness if you're there to practice them. So sit tight and watch this video to the very end. So in my previous videos, I've talked about gratitude, what it is, what you should be thankful for, what gratitude does to your body, soul, and mind, and why you should be thankful. If you haven't seen any of those videos, you should check my channel and do well to watch them because they're going to be very beneficial. But today, I'm going to be talking about the how. How do you make gratitude a lifestyle? How do you make gratitude a part of your day-to-day lifestyle or day-to-day habits? Gratitude practices that will change your life for the better. So, number one on my list is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling simply means writing down all the things that you are thankful for in a book or in a note. It could be a physical book, it could be a notepad, but I would always recommend a physical book so that you take the pains of actually writing it down with your hand, with a pen and a paper. When you do this, it kind of, when you're writing, that effort of writing it down and reading it through makes it even stick the more. So it is more effective to actually take your time and write it down. So as 2024 is about to begin, go and get yourself a diary, a book, a notebook, whatever, and caption it gratitude journal. Get a book, get a pen, and keep it in your bedside cupboard. If you don't have a bedside cupboard, you might try to keep it under your pillow. So every night before you go to bed, make out time, maybe during your prayer time or after your prayer time or before your prayer time as it works out for you, before you sleep every night, take a minute to write down 5 things that you are thankful for or 5 things that you are grateful for. Every night, there is no particular day that doesn't come with its own testimonies and blessings. That you woke up that day is something to be thankful for. It could be something as small as a beautiful sunset or a thoughtful gift that you received from somebody. It could be for Johnny Mercy's store and from work. It could be from a particular incident that happened that you were saved from. It could be about your children, something that happened to them that God intervened. It could be anything, but make sure that you look out for 5 things every day that you are grateful for, and before you go to bed, write it down. Write it down. It does the magic. When you are writing it down, you are reflecting on it. And do you know something else about having a gratitude journal? You can always go back to it. In those moments when you think that your life is the worst, you can go back to your gratitude journal and you can have a look at how much God has done for you in that time or in that period, and it will help you to recall something to be thankful for. In addition, if you are a parent and you have children who can read and write, it is also very wise to introduce them to gratitude journaling. In fact, you can make gratitude journaling a part of your nighttime ritual or your nighttime activity or your children time activity, that kind of. You can ask them to get their journals, and then you also set a timer, and then you kind of write. First of all, give them some minutes to think about what God has done for them for the day or what they are grateful for, and then you guys can have a competition of writing it down and see who finishes first or something like that, depending on their age. And let's say your child cannot read and write, you have younger children who can't read and write. You can do gratitude illustration. They can just draw something you are grateful for, sketch something that you are grateful for, and they're going to be happy to do it. And that way you're already raising them in that gratitude mindset. And I tell you what, it's going to make a lot of difference in your life. So as you are shopping, if you have children that can read and write and you are watching this video right now, I would advise that you consider buying them a journal. a gratitude journal for the year 2024. And I can assure you, you're not going to regret doing that. You know what happens when the whole family is on the gratitude mindset? Like everybody's going to be, you know what gratitude does to you? Everybody's going to be happy. When you are happy, it rubs off on everyone around you. So now what happens when everybody in your home is happy? It's going to be a happy home. It rubs off on everybody. And in other words, you are going to have a happy home. Next point on my list is gratitude rituals. Just like I have talked about gratitude journaling, you can actually make that journal. When you do it every night, it becomes a ritual. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, which is my favorite, a ritual is a way of doing something in which that same thing is done the same way every time. So what it means is having a gratitude ritual is like every day, or say every morning when you wake up, you can decide to reflect on what you have journaled last night before you went to bed. For example, but like in my own house, we have a gratitude ritual every night before we pray. I ask my children, what are you thankful for? You can ask them in different ways. I always ask, what did God do for you today? Like I intentionally make it a God thing because you can be thankful without associating it with God, and they take turns to tell me what God has done for them that day. And most times, it is in those moments that I get to know the miracles of the day and what God has done for them. Like in one instance, Duncan was thanking God for saving him from an accident. According to him, he was trying to cross the road to catch the bus to school, but he was rushing and didn't look very well, he said, and the car actually came very close, but God saved him. So that was a testimony time. So there is always something to be thankful for, and if you teach your children this thing, they're going to grow in that mindset, and it's going to make a whole lot of difference in their lives. And number 2 on my list is gratitude expression. Do you know that there are some people who do not know how to say thank you? I know I've said it a little bit in my other video, but expressing gratitude is one of the practices that if you imbibe, it's going to lead you a long way. It's not only going to make you happy, it is going to pave ways for you, and it's going to keep you in positions of continual reception of God's grace. It's going to put you in position to continue to receive, not just even from God, but from humans, from others. Some people have not just learned to be intentional with expressing gratitude. But you see, my mom, oh God, that woman is gifted in expressing gratitude, and I got it from her. Hey God, I can thank you like this, eh? If when you're standing, you don't even know how to walk well. I know how to hype you and thank you. Like, I make you feel good for gifting me. I know how to do that. Okay, so my mom would dance and shout for the tiniest, for any tiny thing you give to her. And I think that stems from not feeling entitled. The thing is, when you feel entitled, when somebody gives you something, you'll be like, okay, thank you, that's what you're supposed to do, But when you don't have that entitlement spirit, you're just gonna be more thankful. So try this coming 2024 to kill every entitlement spirit and learn to be more appreciative. Let us learn to express gratitude to God. It's not just to God, but to our fellow human beings. Thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you for thinking about me. Thank you for calling me today. It's something that the person even thought about you. So let's learn to express gratitude. It doesn't just make the person at the receiving end feel good. It also makes you as a person to feel good. At least for doing the right thing. If you don't know how to go about it, you can just send a text. Thank you so much for thinking about me. Or you can call the person and give them a hair. Oh, thank you for calling me. Thank you for this. Thank you for what you sent to me. You can even buy a thank you note for just somebody's thoughtfulness. It actually puts a smile on my face. And I'm sure you'll feel good about putting a smile on somebody's face. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for that. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost anything. It makes the person feel good. And I'm sure it feels good to put a smile on somebody's face. Another point on my list is reflecting on the positive. As a Christian, and even if you're not a Christian, seize a moment every day. It could be a minute or two, anytime. It could be when you're driving, when you're in your car before you drive up. It could be on your way driving. It could be any time. Just seize a moment. Make sure that no day passes by without you thinking about the good things in your life. Make it a habit. Reflect on the positive. You know that as humans, it is very easy for us to focus on the negative. Like, it is actually natural for you to focus on the negative. Imagine walking into a very tidy room or nice room or clean room. It is very easy to neglect the cleanliness of the house. It is very natural to first of all notice an unclean rag that is lying about on the floor than to notice that everything else is in their rightful place. The first things we see are faults, things that are not in the right place, things that are not working, things that are not okay. These are the things we notice, and it's only natural. And it is up to us to choose to reflect on only the things that are positive, the things that are working in our lives. And that brings us to the next point, which is gratitude, meditation, and mindfulness. Gratitude, meditation, and mindfulness. How many of you like to meditate or do yoga? Let me know in the comment section. Meditation is a practice of focus, concentration, bringing your mind back to the moment over and over again. So, gratitude meditation is about intentionally shifting your thoughts, shifting your mind from the things that are not working to the things that are working. Like when your mind wanders to those things that are disturbing you, you intentionally bring them back, bring your mind back. If you want to think about it, you say, no, I'm not thinking about that. You bring your mind back and choose what you think about. Choosing what to think about, what is working in your life. Intentionally shifting your mind from the things that are not working. Same as mindfulness. Mindfulness is living in the moment. Like, I'm not going to let things that happened yesterday to bother me. That is done and over with. It doesn't mean that you not talk about it when you need to talk about it, but it means that once you're done talking about it, you're dropping it at that spot. And you can do it. It's all about being intentional. So recently, I was talking to somebody about this gratitude meditation and why she has to do it intentionally. I saw that girl was really, really worried. So I was moved to talk to her about gratitude spirit and gratitude meditation and mindfulness and stuff like that. Why she should shift her focus from the things that are not working and intentionally move them to the things that are working that will make her happy when she remembers them. And she was like, but what if when you've shifted it and then after meditating for a minute and you go back and then you go back to your problems? I say, yeah, that is why it is called mindfulness. So it means that you are intentionally avoiding those thoughts that when you remember them, it makes you sad. So just shift them. Shift the fact that your husband is not behaving well. Shift the fact that your mother is misbehaving. Shift the fact that your father is not treating you well. Shift the fact that your friend has betrayed you. Push those thoughts away and focus on the things in your life, in the moments that you're healthy, you're alive, you're working, the things that when you remember them, you're happy. There's no way you tell me you don't have anything that you're thankful for, that you're happy about. So, gratitude meditation and mindfulness is going to take you a long way. It's going to leave you unbothered when you keep shifting your mind from the things that are not working and constantly putting your mind on the things that are working. In no time, those things that are not working will just be blurred out. It's just like when you stop talking with your friend. Like I have a friend that we talk almost every day. Say for example, we stop talking and we haven't spoken in 4 months. For some reason, maybe we haven't spoken to each other for 4 months, for example. That friendship will just die. Do you understand? That friendship will just die a natural death. The same thing happens when you start focusing on the things that are disturbing you. And when the thoughts come, you shift it consciously. You consciously shift it. If it comes back again, you constantly shift it. By the time you are shifting it all the time, before you know it to be too far to come close to you. That is how it works. And the last point on my list is to change your perspective. I've already made a video on the subject titled Change Your Perspective, and you might like to go and watch it. In that video, I demonstrated perspective as a way we view our cup, half empty or half full, and it still works in these gratitude practices. If you intentionally change your perspective and the way you view things from the negative to the positive, you're going to find out that things are going to be working a lot better for you. And in saying that, I must highlight to you that it is easier to view things from the positive perspective if you are connected to a divine source, which for me is God. If you're connected to God, if you're connected to heaven, it is easier to view things from the positive perspective. For example, In that video, I made an illustration using a drink of juice. This is just water. If I'm looking at this water in an upward perspective, like I'm looking at it like this, like the way you look up to heaven, I'm looking at it like this. It's gonna be easier for me to see the positive side first, the side of the content, the side of things that are working. I'll see it first because I'm looking like this. Compared to when I'm looking like this, I will see the negative side first. So that is what happens when you are connected to God. When you are connected to God, all these things I've talked about is easier to practice. I am telling you, it is much, much easier to practice if you are connected to a higher power, a divine power. If you are connected to God and you have the Holy Spirit in you, it is much easier to see the full parts. If I'm looking upward, if I'm heaven bound, I am heaven conscious, I am looking upward and I am connected to God. It is easier to look at this like this. Whereas, looking at it like this, from the worldly perspective, you're gonna see the empty part first, and there are no two ways about it. May God help us. So, in conclusion, gratitude is an action word, and you cannot navigate through life victoriously without embracing a gratitude spirit. Therefore, normalizing practices such as gratitude journaling, mindfulness, and gratitude meditation will go a long way to improve your overall life outcome. In addition, learning to express gratitude to God, to others, to those around you, being thankful, killing entitlement spirit, and expressing more gratitude to people who are nice to you will go a long, long way, a very long way to make you a happier person. And most importantly, shifting your perspective to the positive is going to make you an overall happier person. And what happens when you're happy? It rubs off on those around you, thereby making the world a happier place. Alright, so let's call it a day. And don't forget to share this video if you found it valuable and to subscribe to the channel to be a member of this community. And until we meet again, you stay blessed and keep winning. Bye-bye.